Hello everybody and happy First Chapter Friday. Today we are going to read The Beast and the Bethany, Book 1. This is by Meggitt-Phillips and illustrated by Isabel Foloth. And so this book, I have had a bunch of kids in my school who have recommended it and wanted to read it. So I ended up getting all three of the books. I have not read them myself, but I'm really excited to share the first chapter of this one to you. So let's get going. So this is called The Beast and the Bethany, Book 1. Ooh, love a new book. Alright, let's see. The first chapter is called The Purple Parrot. Ebenezer Tweezer was a terrible man with a wonderful life. He never went hungry because all his fridges were piled with food. He never struggled to understand long words like confibulatory... I might not even understand these words. Confibularity or pinnacle rough because he very rarely read books. There were no children or friends in his life, so he was never troubled by unpleasant noises or unwanted conversations. There were no parties or celebrations for him to attend, so he was never hot and bothered about what he should wear. Ebenezer Tweezer didn't even have to worry about death. At the time this story begins, he was within a week of his 512th birthday, and yet, if you were to have bumped into him on the street, sure we can all see it, you would have thought him to be a young man, certainly no more than 20 years old. You might have also thought that he was quite handsome. He had a short golden hair, a small nose, a soft mouth, and a pair of eyes which dazzled like diamonds in the moonlight. There was also a wonderful look of innocence about him. Sadly, looks can be deceiving. You see, at the time when this story begins, Ebenezer was about to do a very bad thing. All Ebenezer did at first was walk into a bird shop. Then he patiently waited behind an impatient person at the till. The impatient person was a small, bony girl who was wearing a backpack with two stickers on it. One read, Bethany, and the other, Bog Off. I want a pet, said the girl to the large, pleasant bird keeper. What sort of are you looking for? He asked in return. A frog, or a panther, or a polar bear? Afraid you're in the wrong place. The polar bear and the panther shop is down the road, and the frog market is only open on Wednesdays. We can do you a bird, but not much else, explained the bird keeper. The girl reached into her backpack and pulled out a flip-flop, a half-eaten cookie, 2 seashells, and a ruler that said property of Jeffrey on it. She laid out all the items on the counter. What kind of bird will that buy me? Said the girl. The bird keeper looked thoughtfully at the items and did some sums in his head. If you'll give me the backpack, as well as I'll give you 10 worms, he said. The girl was pleased with his offer. She shrugged off the backpack and handed it over. In return, the bird keeper took out 10 worms from his pocket and plopped them into her hands. The girl barged past Ebenezer and out of the shop. Sorry about that, Mr. Tweezer, said the bird keeper. How can I help? That's quite all right, said Ebenezer. I've come to pick up the Witchlorian purple-breasted parrot. When the bird keeper brought out the sleeping parrot, Ebenezer did not snatch it away. He waited for the cage to be handed over, and he stayed in the shop to speak for a while, even though he was not a big fan of conversation. This is a special one, remember now, said the bird keeper. Only 20 of them left in the world. You ain't the sort of person to lose him, are you? I won't do that, answered Ebenezer, shuffling where he stood. You don't get many of these around no more. It took me a long time to track one down. Ain't every shop can get you a real talking, singing parrot, especially ones that sing proper human songs instead of those Tweety ones. These sorts of birds love an audience. You ain't that sort of person who's gonna keep it for yourself, hidden away, are you? Asked the bird keeper. I won't do that, said Ebenezer. He was feeling most uncomfortable under the bird keeper's gaze. These sorts of birds need lots of care and a lot of attention. They need love. You ain't gonna treat it bad, are you? Said the bird keeper. Of course not, answered Ebenezer in a high, shaky voice. The bird keeper knew and loved each of his birds, from the aquatic warblers to the yellow-legged seagulls, and he did not want to see any of them go to a bad home. He took a long, hard stare at Ebenezer. "I know exactly what sort of person you are," said the bird keeper, after a second or two of staring. Ebenezer gulped. "You're a great bird owner," said the bird keeper. "I can see it in your face." Ebenezer smiled with relief and handed over the money. He paid far more than the agreed price as a special thank you for the bird keeper for his hard work. He bid farewell and left with the caged and sleeping parrot. He climbed into his car and started the short drive back to his house. Just as he was parking, the parrot woke up with a large yawn. "Good morning," said the parrot, in a distinctly unparody voice. He spoke in low, chocolatey tones. "It's late afternoon," said Ebenezer. "Whoopsie-poopsie. Well, good late afternoon. My name is Patrick." "Mine is Mr. Tweezer. Welcome to your home." "Whoa and gosh!" exclaimed Patrick. The whoa and the gosh were both the right sorts of words to say, because Ebenezer's house was nothing short of extraordinary. It was 15 stories tall and 12 elephants wide. The front of it had been painted red, and the gardens were large enough to host a dozen different tea parties all at once. As Patrick looked up from his cage, he was filled with excitement. He was a well-traveled parrot, having performed singing tours in several countries, but he had never seen anything like this. He wanted to fly around every part of the house, and take it all in. "Can I come out of my cage now?" he asked. "Not yet," answered Ebenezer. "There's someone I want you to meet first." "Well, something is perhaps a better description." Ebenezer got out of the car and took Patrick into the house. He headed up the stairs carrying Patrick in his cage. "This thing lives on the top floor," said Ebenezer, "and it's very excited to meet you." Ebenezer climbed the stairs, while Patrick took in everything around him. The journey up 15 flights of stairs passed quickly as Patrick looked around at all the beautiful pictures and antiques that lined the walls. "Try not to be scared," said Ebenezer, once they reached the top floor. "It won't like you if you're scared." Ebenezer pushed down the handle of the rickety old door at the top of the stairs. It opened with a creak. He switched on the light. The room was not like the rest of the house at all. It was damp and smelt strongly of boiled cabbage. It was bare, save for the presence of a set of red velvet curtains and a small golden bell at the end of the room. Ebenezer walked over to the curtains. He paused before drawing them open. "Don't shout, don't scream. It doesn't like those sorts of noises," he warned Patrick. Ebenezer drew the curtains open and revealed the beast. The beast was a big blob of gray, with 3 black eyes, 2 black tongues, and a large, dribbling mouth. It had tiny hands and tiny feet. Ebenezer was so pleased to see that Patrick reacted remarkably well. He didn't scream, and he didn't shout. "Ew, gross!" After taking a moment to compose himself, Patrick said, "Good morning, my name's Patrick." "It's late afternoon." The beast's voice was soft and slithery, like a snake made of feathers. "I want you to sing." "What would you like me to sing?" asked Patrick. "Sing me a song about me," demanded the beast. Patrick paused for a moment. Then he began to sing. "The beast has the finest house in the land. It's so tall and long and terribly grand. Even the queen with her palace so wide couldn't compete with the beast if she tried." Ebenezer was impressed. The tune was pleasing to hear, and the lyrics seemed to make the beast happy. "The beast has a face so useful and round, with 3 eyes to make sure lost things are found, and 2 tongues for licking all it can find. The beast is quite clearly one of a kind." Patrick stopped singing. He was sorry that it was such a short song, and he would be able to sing something a little bit longer once he got to know the beast better. Ebenezer let out a sigh of relief when he saw that the beast was smiling. The smile was wet with dribble. "That was beautiful. Tell me, are there many birdies like you?" asked the beast. "Oh, gosh, no, there are only 20 of us left in the whole wide world," Patrick's eyes filled with purple tears. He tried to distract himself from his own sadness by asking, "How many beasts like you are there?" "I am the only one, the last survivor." The beast smiled as it said this. "It's good that you are rare. I like rare things. Come a little closer so that I can see you better, birdie." The beast eyed Ebenezer expectantly. Ebenezer picked up the cage and brought Patrick closer to the beast's 3 black blinking eyes. "Closer," ordered the beast. Ebenezer dragged the cage so that it was within 3 footsteps of the beast. "Even closer," said the beast. Ebenezer brought the cage so that it was right in front of the beast's large, dribbling mouth. The smell of boiled cabbage was now eye-wateringly strong. "Can you see me now?" asked Patrick, a little nervously. "Oh, I could see you fine the whole time," said the beast, as it licked its dribbling mouth with its 2 black tongues. "Then why did you need me to come closer?" asked Patrick. It was the last question that he ever asked. So, here's a little clue. Look at those feathers. So, this book is called The Beast in the Bethany, Book 1. Wow, that was awesome. I'm excited to read the next couple. But if you are interested in this book, come on by the library and I'll help you out. Thanks. Bye.